Hello everyone, Trisha Morris here at Club Scrap with a special release announcement for you today. Yes, we seem to be in the habit of meeting on Tuesdays at noon. I love it. I love being able to connect with you regularly, more than just once a month. So this is a release that we did a while back, and we actually originally released it for a holiday collection. And then after that, we tweaked it a little bit to make it just a kit for everyday enjoyment. And it was such a hit that we ended up remixing it and releasing it again today. So yes, you may have seen this kit before, but the color mix is a little bit different. And every time I do a remix, I always do a fresh set of instructions so that even if you already owned the original, that if you do the pages again, they'll look completely different. It'll just be coordinating. I see some friends checking in here from Twin Falls, Idaho. Hi, Leah. Hi, Lorraine. If this is your first time watching, make sure you let us know your first time. We'd love to give you a special welcome. And of course, along the way, if you have specific questions that need attention from our team, make sure you message us directly or chat with us or call us so that we're sure not to miss answering your question. So Karen is here, of course, to answer those questions. So thank you, Karen, for always moderating and sharing all the links. And again, if you have questions along the way, just let us know. Now, if you are a member, and maybe you're a new member, a special welcome to those of you who joined us at the Great Lakes Mega Meet. It was 2 weeks ago? I think I'm finally catching up on my sleep. I think Karen maybe might be too. So if you are new and you have questions about how things work, just reach out to us as well, and we're happy to guide you through the process of maybe adding something to your box already on its way. So if you have a box coming in June and you really like what you see today, you can purchase that item and just say ship with my next kit. And remember, that's a drop-down item in the shipping menu. So if you don't see that, reach out, we can help you as well. But Karen did mention that if you're on a cellular device and you want to have something shipped with your kit, just make sure you scroll down and watch for that, or just switch to a laptop or computer so you can see it a little bit better. Wow, lots of you are popping in from all over the country, all over the world for that matter, even Alaska. Hi, Katrina in Alaska. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us. How's the weather by you? Today here in Neenah, Wisconsin, it's rainy. It's going to rain. It's dark. The skies are really dark and scary. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to our new collection. It is called Woodland Remix. And two, if you are going to be downloading instructions, then make sure that in the special release area, you're looking at Woodland as well, the Woodland Remix, rather than just the original Woodland, or Woodland Christmas for that matter. So here is this beautiful collection. Let's take a look at those papers. Pretty much a replica exactly of what was in the original, because we just loved it so much. Jacqueline made a few color tweaks so that it would match in a beautiful way with the paper palette we have here. But you can see we have all these cute little critters on here. We call this one the raccoon print. And you will be happy to know that this is available as an individual sheet you can purchase separately as well. So if you want to stock up on these, you need a few extra, we got you covered while supplies last. And then in addition to that raccoon print, we also have our sweet little fox print. This is what we call this one. And I just like how it's, when you're designing paper for scrapbooking, you can't do it like you would if you wanted to frame it and hang it on the wall. You have to do it knowing that stuff's going to go in the middle. And that's how Jacqueline focuses on her design work, which I think is a really special skill that she has. So this is the fox print, one of my favorites. And also of note from this art, our very own Julie Heyer's daughter Shannon played an integral role in helping us create some of the images, like this little squirrel, him, this guy, isn't he cute? This chipmunk, this guy. She drew those for us, and it just turned out so well. I know that she is now in art school, which is very exciting. Okay, then we have our plain paper selections. Now here we have 3 sheets of this textured green, really nice, a lovely 80-pound cover weight cardstock. 3 sheets of a dark craft, also a nice heavy weight. I mean, what's new? You know that about us. We usually have the heavyweight stuff if we can get it. A nice, really smooth, beautiful ivory. Then we have a light craft color, 2 sheets of that. And then we're going to pepper in a sheet of this deep brown, again, very heavy stock, as well as this gorgeous shade of green, light green, to complement everything here. So Then on top of that, we have the cutaparts. And as you know, we use these to help you finish your layouts more easily. So to me, I think one of the hardest things about finishing a scrapbook page is the title, to be honest. Like if I'm not working with a kit, it's like, ugh, what am I gonna do for the title? I gotta hunt something down. Here, the strips really help create those titles, the large tags, all these little images, help round out that finished page. We give you the journaling prompts as well, and Jacqueline is really careful about making sure you have 4 journaling prompts on each pair of cutaparts, so that once per page, once per double page spread, you will be reminded to write down what happened on that particular day. I'm going to move my stand here away from the table so it's not wiggling so much. Sorry about that. I kind of have a new setup here today. Okay. Now, if you're new, maybe you, well, let's see, we got other things in the kit I got to tell you about. Ribbon, so yummy. We've got this is called a grosgrain edged satin. It's a 3/8 inch width, and a yard of that, a yard of this satin that perfectly matches, I don't think I could get much more perfect than this, that light green paper in your collection. And then we have this really cool yard of brown granulated ribbon with a grosgrain edge, and this is, I believe, a 7/8 inch. Then in the goodie department, we've got these coconut shell buttons, and it's really cool. My husband and grandson, Chris, actually counted these all out and bagged them for us for your kits, so we've got some special help there. If you have 6 buttons, it's just let my husband know, and it'll be his fault. And then we have these sweet little bronze charms, this adorable little squirrel. We got 2 different flavors of mushrooms here in the bronze, and those will be sold separately. We had enough in-house that we could put these online. So if you like these cute little charms, you can pick up an extra pack today if you like, while supplies last. And then last but not least, we have a set of these 3 cute little craft leaf-shaped tags. Okay, so let's take a look at what you can make, but first I'll just mention and remind, and for those of you who are new around here, I don't leave you hanging with just, you know, all that stuff and send it your way and expect you to figure out what to do with it. I've got a plan for you. You don't have to go with my plan. You can make other projects with this beautiful kit. But with this, you'll get a link. Here's a QR code for you to scan. This takes you to the video. So all of our instructions can be found on our website under the resources tab. And this is a special release. So make sure you go there to search for a special release kit. That basically means it wasn't shipped automatically. Then you can follow along. So if you're a visual learner, I've got your instructions written out for you. I've got your answer key here. All the answers are there. And if you prefer to just listen and work along with me, go ahead and tune into the video and I'll walk you through the whole thing step by step. And I want to mention too, in the video description, I go in and I say, all right, the introduction is happening here. And then we're going to sort the papers at this number. So you can fast forward or scan to the paper sorting. Then we're going to trim the papers here, trimming the cutaparts there. This is where we discuss layout 7 and 8. So let's just say you just don't really know what I did with that fox right there on layout 1 and 2. You can just scroll directly to there and find it easily in the video. Finally, one other cool thing I want to point out to my newbies as well is that every photo measurement is provided. So if you're working with this exactly as I made it, if you trim your photo to that measurement, it will fit onto that mat perfectly with an 1/8 inch border all the way around. Okay, finally, taking a look at the finished pages here, and you will be on your merry little Tuesday way. This is layout 1 and 2. And again, I did my little craft knife trick with this cute fox. I just couldn't resist putting him in the foreground. I didn't want to cover him up with this strip, so I just cut along his body so that the strip would slide underneath, goes around to the back. I could have probably done it before I added this, but I didn't, and oh well, it worked. So if you're confident with your craft knife skills, that's a great way to use your craft knife. And if you're not confident with your craft knife skills, just make sure you're working with a fresh, sharp blade. Always seems to be something that can be addressed, and that will give you more success. And then a cute little leaf tucked in there behind this guy. And all these different shapes that Jacqueline put in the art, I did sit down in a chair with my scissors and just cut around those items, and it really gives it some nice shape other than a rectangle or a square, for example. And then for attaching those coconut shell buttons, I used some waxed linen thread, or you can use cord, any kind of thread. And I actually did sew them on. So I pierced through the paper and then sewed it, or you could just do it for show, or you could skip it all together. Totally up to you. All right, then pages 3 and 4. Do I have these backwards, I think? Yeah. Oh, that's 4 and 5. That's 5 and 6. Sorry, doesn't really matter the order, does it? I forgot to confirm that this was all in order before I went live. Okay, 3 and 4. Just a sweet little collage of items here. I hid the staple holding the ribbon in place with the button. Sewed that on as well. Love this. Oh, and when you're doing your fussy cutting on this piece, no need to get into all those little details. Just leave a little halo around there. Works like a charm. And then here I used my slot punch once again. If you don't have your slot punch, it's a great way to use it here. Is just to attach these pretty objects and then thread them with ribbon. Brings the eye to the title in kind of a neat way. Here I have that ribbon going all the way behind against the strip here and then stapled to that title provided by the cutaparts. All right, that's 4. Okay, here's 5 and 6. Again, my slot punch at work here at the top, and maybe you don't know what the slot punch is. Here it is. Here's my little slot punch. Goes through everything, and I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to supplies required, but this is one that I since discovering it, I really enjoy using, and we carry these if you're looking for one. Very heavy duty, so a sweet little way to add ribbon here. And then I complemented the ribbon on the left page by adding it to the right with this smaller sentiment mounted with foam adhesive circles. There's a little mushroom charm added, and then this is mounted with foam adhesive as well. Finish the journaling prompt with a coconut shell button. And then finally, pages 7 and 8. Ooh, I love how this turned out. Once again, my slot punch at work on this nested tag. A row of the 3 final buttons that were in the kit. And this time I just tied. I didn't make a bow because I got tired of making bows. Here I have a little bow added to this charm to kind of draw the eye to it as well. Some stapled ribbon, plus it's running along the page here. You can see the ribbon lines up, but it's not, it's 2 separate pieces here, which I liked that look. And finally, page 8, used that last little tag, mounted this with foam adhesive. I did my linked ribbon trick with this guy, and then I tied on the final squirrel charm right in that spot. And once again, not wanting to hide the face of this cute fox in the background, I used my craft knife to cut around this so I could pop the photo mat behind him. You can see it on the back. And now Fox is in the foreground, and I don't think I have to worry about it covering any critical parts when I do add a photo to that spot. Okay, I think that's all I got for you. Yeah, what'd you think? You like that? Pam is talking about great formulas you can download and use with the page kit to turn it into your own cards. Yes, my guess is someone said, are you going to come up with a card kit with us? And generally for these remixes, we don't, because it almost triples the amount of physical labor that goes into making a collection. But since I've already done so much work coming up with tons and tons of recyclable card formulas, you can literally take any card kit that we have, sub in these papers, and repeat those cards. And often we might have someone on our creative team here actually do that for you and tell you what formula we used. What types of pictures would you put on these pages? That's a very good question. Well, I would definitely do any kind of trip. So I just went to Europe last fall with my husband, and I think any pictures from our explorations in Eastern Europe would be great on these pages. If you go camping or hiking, honestly, anything outdoors. If you have a little boy up to a lot of mischief, I think that would be perfect for it. What about a visit to a national park, perhaps? Or maybe just a summer day at the lake? I can think of a lot of fun things. So speaking of that, if you do have questions that our creative community can answer, we do have a private Facebook chat group. So come and join us there and ask your question. And there will be a lot of people willing and happy to answer and help give you creative advice or just encouragement as well. So since we're all working with the same product, it's really cool to see when you post your pages, your finished pages, and share them with us. It is always very inspiring. Plus, we have a blog as well. And Karen almost has it as a personal mission to put pictures on every single page that she creates throughout the year. So Oh, I see everyone's kind of chiming in with their ideas. That's so great. But Karen posts on the blog her finished pages, so make sure you're subscribed to our blog as well so you don't miss out on anything. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We're always sharing some different workshops and, well, lots of workshops there and some really cool challenges there as well. So thank you for taking a little time out of your Tuesday afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. It's always good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.